Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. You can gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we get into practice, it is better we take few minutes to understand the method we are going to practice. So because when it comes to meditation, and day by day, there are more and more information keep coming. And you have many options nowadays. And so day by day, this becoming more and more. So practicing yourself and go with informations to different way of realization. So we can go with the informations and realize something, but at the same time, it's not going to become the real realization. That realization going to depend on informations, and it become kind of like a very limited to only the names and imaginations. And but when the realization comes with experience, it is totally different. So the way of realization here we're trying to develop, we're trying to bring it to a point that ourself, you're going to develop an environment within yourself to go with your own experience. It is not easy. Why? Because our life itself bound to the society, the culture, history, nations, environment. Because of that what we understand also should need to come out of that background, and then we feel more comfortable. And whatever you realize, when it become more comfortable with what others understand, and then you feel kind of like safe. And there was an experiment done here in one place, and I think sometimes you may have seen a group of people gathered, and there is one person in the middle of that group of people don't know that other people, but the all other people coming from the research center, but they pretend like they are coming from different places. They pretend like they don't know each other, but they all know each other. They're kind of like all doctors, psychologists. But there is a one person, he don't know this anyone. So then it's a very simple test. One person come and show two different boards, signboards, and there are lines. And then in one board, there are 3 lines in different sizes. And other board has a 1 line and similar to one of out of that 3. So then that person asked from each and everyone from the audience, this 1 line, which line is the similar? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 numbers, and for the other sign, and so. So this all other people say the wrong thing. And in this middle of this everyone, there is one person can see the single line is similar to number 2 line. And but everyone say number 1. And in this, the very first time this person say it is number 2. He had the strength, and he is very clear because he can see it is similar to number 2. But everybody say number 1, and he get little bit confused. Why that people say number 1? Because it is number 2 line similar to that single line. And then what happened? The second time. Then again they say the wrong answer. And this person is still give the right answer. Third time come. That everybody give the wrong answer, and still this person can see the single line. In that third time test, it is similar, exactly similar to number 1. He can see it, but he start to go with the audience, and he start to say the wrong answer. So this is how we are, that what we know and mostly what we follow came out of the society. But to have a very comfortable, conventional life, it is okay, it is necessary to go with the other people. But when it comes to the realization, when it comes to the truth, when it comes to the authentic nature, you have to come to the point to see yourself. So meditation is a kind of like a way of realization, observing yourself and recognizing without comparing to what you know. So in day-to-day life, if you look very carefully, our name, our body, our feelings, our ideas, this all come and protect our self-identity. This all kind of like a shield, protect us. So if you look very carefully, your name, how you got it? Somebody gave it to you. And just imagine that if somebody gave the name and your parents gave the name and it's certified. And if you start to keep repeating different name, what will happen? If the parents gave you a name number 1, and maybe if you start to keep repeating number 2, everybody get mad. In the very first time, maybe they try to, correct it. But little by little, they come against you. And then they say, no, you are not number 2, you are number 1. So everywhere you go, you have to say, you are number 1. If in case if you say number 2, then what happens? Other people are not going to accept you. So the name is conventional. But deeply, little by little, what's happening when we keep repeating, it start to become kind of like energy. It's build up certain kind of energy in our mind. And then that thoughts, that ideas going to go to others, and it resonates with them. And even whatever we touch, we hold, we associate, that name start to hold and go and stuck there. So the name is that much powerful name. But it comes from nowhere. And when the first time where people gave that name, there is no deeper intention with that. But later, what is happening? The body the same. The body, day by day, it keeps changing. And even our ideas, every day keep changing. And the feelings, every day keep changing. But when it comes to feelings, once you hold it to that, once it becomes energy, once it transforms, once your feelings start to transform to your emotions, what happens? And sometimes people sacrifice their own life to fulfill their emotions or the feelings. So the very life that we mean, the very life we introduce by body, idea, feelings, names, not belong to anyone. It's just moment of existence. But we hold it to that, and then again and again, when we repeat, it becomes energy. It can happen slowly, but still the continuation of the repetition itself is called samsara. It may happen slowly, but when it happens continue, it becomes powerful. So then you have to look into yourself. Not a moment of experience. Can you see, is there any continuity, consistency in you with the any experience that you go through? Even with thoughts or the feelings or the ideas, emotions, or with the reactions, any kind of habits. The desire, the attachment, or the resistance, or the anger, or the hatred, or the love. Can you see, is there any kind of like a continuation? This continuation makes us powerful. So as example, the greed. when the greed start to keep continue repetition of the action, it become powerful. And then on a certain level, the greed going to overflow and go beyond your the bodily strength, physical strength, and it can kill you. Anger, in a certain level, if you keep continue, if you allow it to happen continually, what will happen? It becomes stronger, stronger, stronger. In a certain level, your body cannot handle it. And then what will happen? It will start to go beyond this physical layer, and then it can kill you. It's the same thing. Ignorance the same. Ignorance the same. So if you allow it to happen, if you keep repeating it again and again and again, what will happen? In a certain level, your ignorance becomes stronger, that energy becomes stronger, and it has power to overtake this physical body, and it can kill you. And another side, so whatever you name as good, that also the same. If you keep repeating in a certain level, it also can overtake your body, this physical strength. And it go beyond this physical layer. So then in the very first level, what we have to do? We have to minimize the strength of the greed, hatred, and the delusion, that kind of energy. And we need to develop the other side, the loving kindness, generosity, and the compassion, wisdom, that energy in our life. So in a certain level, when it comes to the wisdom body, there is a way when it comes to your understanding, the clarity, it has power to go beyond your physical layer, physical body, physical energy. And once you are able to go beyond that, you are not anymore responding to the feelings or the ideas or the self-identity. So like that. Why? Because your awareness, your understanding, your wisdom more higher. So then developing this energy is one way. Another way we call cultivation of our mind. For that you need the awareness. It is there always with you. But the thing is, you put it into wrong things. And without any intention, without any idea, your awareness go here and there. It is kind of like an aimless arrow. So that's why your mind become itself kind of like a helpless. So when it comes to the life, so what is happening in you is like this. I will bring a simile. Look at this sun. So the sun, because of this heat, the water become clouds because of the sun. And but later what is happening? These clouds has power to cover the sun, block the sunlight. So our thoughts the same. All the greed, hatred, and the delusion, it's kind of like a cloud. But it come out of the deeper thoughts, intention, ideas. But it come then after that it blocks the clarity or the recognition. It start to block the perception. It is, but it didn't happen from somewhere else. It is the same thing from your thoughts. But if you don't see this very clearly, what happening when the blocks come, when the blockages happens, when the perception not going to meet the awareness clearly, when the misperception happens, when you are disconnect from the moment, when it's kind of like a leads us to make mistakes. When the mistakes happen, but Peter, bad luck, and maybe it is because of somebody else, because of not the good timing, astrology, or maybe bad karma from the past. So like that, you bring many reasons, but you don't see how your mind work with its own thoughts. So the greed, hatred, and the delusion, loving kindness, compassion, with the wisdom, this everything is a part of your own mind. It is not come from anywhere else. So then you have to come to, in the very first level, you have to come to a balance. The conscious balance, not to go with any, but to settle down and recognize. Not to go with any thought. It doesn't matter good thought or bad thought, or it doesn't matter greed, hatred, delusion, or it doesn't matter loving kindness, compassion, wisdom. You're not going to go with any thoughts. In the very first level, you have to develop an ability to settle down without reacting to thoughts. So that itself called tranquility state. Out of that tranquility state, you can develop conscious observation without putting any favor on it. Another way, you come to the point to develop in you equanimity. Equanimity, it's the conscious equanimity related to your own thoughts that come out of the tranquility state. So once you settle down and develop that solid awareness, out of that solid awareness, you come to see things with the same mind. You don't change when the thoughts come. So that you come to the point to hold anything with the equanimity. That's the best balance in conventional life. So once you have that, then deeply you can observe and recognize. Because if you don't have the balance, if you don't have the undisturbed mind, if you don't have the equanimity, if you always go with the favor, then how you can analyze something within your own thoughts, feelings, even body, thoughts, because it is your own inner behavior. So that's why the equanimity and the solid awareness, the balance is very necessary. Once you have it, whatever the feelings arise, sensation arise, ideas arise, even your own body, you can see very clearly. And once you're able to come to that point to see it, that is where you recognize things as it is. And once you come to the point to recognize, to see things as it is, deeply rather than settle down with that. So this is very important, because in the ancient time, what the people does, they settle down with that equanimity, conscious equanimity, with the recognition, and they settle down that they don't go beyond that. And that's what another way called samadhi. But the vipassana is, you start to observe deeply within your own conscious equanimity, the moment by moment, the experience that you go through. And that is where you see even that consciousness, the equanimity, the balance itself happening as a result of your own perception, feelings, volitions, or the sanskara or mental formations, and the recognition. And itself, everything change moment by moment, moment by moment, moment by moment. So that is where you come to the point to experience the observer, and also what you observe, the perception and the perceiver, experience and experiencer, this all change moment by moment, moment by moment. Even though in conventional level, it holds the names, forms, feelings, ideas, thoughts, positions, deeply, this all change moment by moment by moment. That realization, that way of realization take you out of becoming. That means you're not going to build up a sansaric journey beyond your death. And that is where that realization itself allow you to transform your inner being. That allow you to realize the final, the bottom, the truth happening within us, which we call the ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So it is the moment of experience. To get into that moment of experience, maybe according to your background, your mindset, your environment, the way you have to put the effort, the way you have to handle yourself, the way you have to practice may going to be different. But this is a moment you can settle down a little bit and give your best to experience this way of realization little bit and see and what experience going to happen and what experience you can gain out of this practice. So you have to be very careful that whatever the experience comes to you, you have to see even that experience also change moment by moment, moment by moment. So when the day you very clearly recognize the experience and experiencer both, the change moment by moment. And that will help you to finalize this all, the meaning and the what is this existence and what is this life and what is this world. So that finalize action you can take when you deeply get into the bottom of experience and clarify yourself. So don't be very limited to an idea. And it is not just an idea. It is Just let it happen through experience. So let's get into practice a little bit now. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. And be comfortable with your posture and bring your attention to your body, please. And scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. Allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Happen, just recognize inhalation as inhalations, exhalations as exhalations. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe Be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, we transfer these merits to our guardian angels and deities. May they be able to gain these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi Dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribundissami idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamantatu. Bless you.